racks on his fit just to stunt while I'm in Vegas. On my body, shout out to my Caleb Young. Got the cake up, now he's on the data. I ain't folding under pressure, I ain't switching for no. I ain't talking to no cop and I ain't telling on my bros. Ain't no but don't push me, fingers itching on that.
Hey everybody, it's the Coach. Welcome to the special Saturday edition.
All right, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. Tonight, it's a preseason matchup here in Week 3 between the Atlanta Falcons and the Jacksonville Jaguars. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. It'll be Matt Ryan leading him under center, the 11th-year quarterback, 4-time Pro Bowler, and the MVP of the league in 2016.
What a season Matt Ryan had in 2016 where he led the NFL in so many different categories as a quarterback. Numbers dropped in 2017, but the team still qualified for the playoffs, took down the higher-seeded Rams in L.A. before losing a tough one in Philadelphia to the eventual Super Bowl champions. Matt Ryan, he makes them go in Atlanta.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. That one goes for 24 yards.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
You know, last week I remember asking you, what would an offensive coordinator be looking for week 2 of the preseason? Now we're in week 3. Defensive coordinator-wise, what's he looking at?
For the most part in preseason, you're playing pretty basic stuff, pretty vanilla defenses. You're looking for guys that play with abandon, that just go out and make plays and kind of let their athletic ability take over in order for you to notice them. One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he's brought down. And a quick slant gets exactly 10, and by the nose of the football, they've got a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Here's Bortles to throw. There's the first NFL catch for DJ Shark. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now Bortles. That's complete right around the 8. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that would be pinpoint here.
As I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. He was a second-round pick. Many scouts thought he could have gone higher than that.
And I was one of them. Even though I don't scout for any particular team, I had a first-round grade on him. And frankly, I'm surprised he lasted to the second round. They got a steal with this player.
And you take a look at this draft class from a season ago. Really, it grades out as a pretty darn good class.
So you have to give a lot of credit to the entire scouting organization. General manager, personnel department, college scouts, all came together. They evaluated it very well and got a nice payoff.
Throwing his Bortles. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Duke Riley in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be fourth down.
Third and goal, they decide.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. He's at the 30, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. In for the score. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Bortles now on first down. He'll get this over to Westbrook. It's complete.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused.
Must have.
It had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
To throw his Bortles. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback that has to slide and find open space to throw.
The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. First down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags. Throwing on first down is Bortles. Escaping the pressure right. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position, the ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it, and even if he missed, confident in their defense that they can hold them.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Ryan now off the bootleg. Got a man. It's the first NFL catch for Calvin Ridley. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the play. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Ryan. Caught on the right side by Jones. And down inside the 15 he goes. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a first. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gordon. On 2nd down, Ryan. And that'll be hauled in by the tight end. It's Hooper for the Falcon touchdown. Austin Hooper, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
To return it is Corey Grant. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Bortles to throw on 2nd down. Caught. Safarian Jenkins, right side. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Lucy. Hey, 54, Ricky.
Bortles looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Bortles to the former Jets, Safarian Jenkins for the Jags' first down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And he takes it down deep into Atlanta territory. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 41 yards.
Similar to a slant, it's all about timing when you're throwing a crossing route. Quarterback and receiver have to be in sync, and when they put it on them just right and catch it full speed, running through a defense, can often result in a big pickup of yardage.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. These offensive starters still out there in the second quarter. You would think the plans for them to at least play into the third quarter, if not all the way through it.
Yeah, it might go by feel. If they have a really good first drive to start the third quarter, they might pull them after that. If not, might leave them out there a little bit longer, but I'll guarantee this. They'll be gone by the start of the fourth quarter.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. As his guys are in for 6, and the Jaguars are back within a score.
The catch and the touchdown, they were the end result of a terrific route run by the receiver.
And he clanks it off the right upright, and it's no good. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes Blake Bortles now to lead his offense back out there. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, is that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit? Rush coming, and he's taken down. Telvin Smith coming hard from that linebacker spot. He drops him for a loss of 11.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
On second down, Freeman. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down. From the gun, it's Ryan. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a fourth down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball?
Exactly right. Got a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Bortles leads the Jags up first and 10 at the 34. Now a play fake here on first down. Open man right side is Sharp. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there at 22. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
And he completes it to Westbrook. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. He'll pick up another first down with that run.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. First down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have the center-eligible stuff. But still, a lot of guys to account for.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and they're going to face a third down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And this is going to be incomplete. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to knock that one free.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. Now after the made field goal, back out Lambeau to kick this one off. And that'll carry over the back line to the end zone for a touchback. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
That's caught over the middle, Hooper. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
Now Ryan on 1st down. And the ball is knocked out, and the Jags grab it. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that come regular season, he's going to be ready to go, and maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
To throw, it's Bortles. He's going to let this one go, and this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford, and his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
After the interception, here's Ryan. Wide open receiver complete. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. And Jones has it over the middle. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Ryan on 2nd down. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. 3rd and 2, now Ryan. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker for Telvin Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Lucy, Lucy. Lucy, Lucy. Hank.
So after the INT, it's Bortles. He's going to take another shot here. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. The Jaguars on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Hey, check. 3 down.
Shotgun now for Bortles. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. This is taken at the 15. So we have reached halftime now with a visit. We now proceed to the start of the second half. Our starters likely to be out there for the third quarter as we get back underway in this second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and play.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Takk McKinley in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
Now the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to knock that one free. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's fourth.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Good coverage there holds them to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calais Campbell on the stop. As we surmise, Charles, most of the starting units still out there for this third quarter. First time this preseason that they played into the second half.
And that's by design. Most of the time by this point of the preseason, you want them to go into the half, cool down, and then come back out and warm up to start the third quarter like you would a regular season game. That's exactly what they wanted to get done.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Get up!
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. They go play action here on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jones. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. He got 29 yards that time.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
To throw again is Ryan. This is caught. It's Sanu this time for a Falcon touchdown. Mohamed Sanu from 6 yards away. And the Falcons will extend their lead. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball out of the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Trying to get the run game going. This is Fournette. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Vic Beasley able to make the tackle.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
372. 372.
Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. He's going to look deep down the field. And it's knocked away and incomplete. It was Ricardo Allen there on the coverage.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get him.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on him.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. A good return there, 17 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
False start, offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
20, 21.
After the penalty, here's Freeman. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. A good comeback there after the penalty, 9 yards, and it's 2nd and 6.
Hitting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That'll go as a loss of 5, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Well, where do you find that one in the playbook, Charles?
You don't. You absolutely don't. And sometimes what happens is guys want to make a big play, and they turn it into a really bad one. Sometimes you're best just to cut your losses and go down. I hope we don't see another play like that. I'll guarantee you the offensive coordinator, he's looking at his play sheet. He can't find it either.
Yeah, big loss there on the pass completion.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes a better punter may actually determine the outcome. Well, they still have time to get them established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
A fake to Fournette. Now it's Bortles to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Throwing his Bortles on third down. He's got the hook up to Lee. First catch for the man who led the Jags in catches a year ago, and it's a Jacksonville first down. Bortles now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Fournette, a first down carry. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Bortles now to throw. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Takk McKinley in there to get him for his second sack of the night.
And that's his second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
On 3rd and long, it's Bortles. Keeps himself upright, eluding the pressure right. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Takk McKinley in there to get him again. The 3rd time he sacked him here tonight.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive, as it'll begin in enemy territory already.
22!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that. Back now in Jacksonville. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the 4th. First throw off the bench for the veteran Schaub. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, as it turned out. Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Here we go now.
Now Schaub. And the catch is made by Justin Hardy. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Offensively, with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Here's Schaub. Throw right side, caught by Davis. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. First target, first catch, and a first down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Starting to feel a little to me like the air is coming out of the balloon, so to speak, defensively.
They're taking their will from them right now. That's what they're doing. Whatever they want to call, it's working. They're handling things up front. And it's not just the offensive line. It's everyone. You're seeing the guys on the perimeter blocking downfield and making sure that they're secure. So, yeah, you're exactly right. The air's out of the balloon, and right now they're almost lifeless.
That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though. Huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
And in this situation with a lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop.
And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Ito Smith, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. So a tiptoe catch back at the end.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So the ref makes a call. No touchdown there. Wipe it off the board. Bryant's extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a nice return sets him up. Pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Bortles to throw on 2nd down. That one's complete. He finds Sharp. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Here's Bortles to throw. A throw left side complete to his receiver, Westbrook. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Again, they'll throw with Bortles. Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. 3rd down now. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Looking for the end zone. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now Bortles got to have this one. And he's got Moncrief. And he is going to have the first down here, but hold on. As there's a flag on the field, and I think someone got held. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
Now Bortles. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Here's a carry for a former starter. This is T.J. Yeldon. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Foyesade Oluwakan made the tackle there from his safety position.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
From the gun on 3rd down, Bortles. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
372.
From the gun, it's Bortles. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. DJ Chark from 3 yards out. And the Jaguars get a score closer.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
it doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Coleman now. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. The Falcons on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd down and 12.
Here we go now.
Coleman. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field.
Lucy. 11. Lucy.
On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. He'll get this over to Westbrook. It's complete. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
To throw, it's Bortles. Escaping the pressure right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4.
Try and get it all back with one big shot right there, but even if successful, that doesn't get them all the way back to where they need to be. Can't totally abandon throwing the ball underneath as well.
11.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've